Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 1 with our Play on a Budget Lotleth Troll Dredge deck. Yes, we'd like to play first. See if we have a Lotleth Troll right off the bat in our hand. We do. We have a Nameless Inversion, we have a Rite of Consumption, we have a Varolz. So we have some pretty decent cards. Again, now I'm starting to see that we probably need some sort of Dredge type strategy to get more stuff in the graveyard for the Varolz. But if we do end up drawing into a Gravecrawler, it gets a lot better. We can just continue. We can at least get a counter on the Lotleth Troll. 3-2 Regenerator on is usually not too bad. So we're going to go against Scape Shift. We definitely have to just race this. And he does have the Search for Tomorrow. It's either Scape Shift or the Through the Breach combo is what runs the Search for Tomorrow. So we'll just go ahead and Lotleth Troll here. And if he has a Lightning Bolt, then we could be in a pickle, but we'll have Regeneration up the following turn. I don't have enough. Lightning Bolt's so iffy versus the Lotleth Troll, though, because if I did happen to have 3 creatures in my hand, then the Lightning Bolt could actually be fizzled by just discarding the 3 creatures and getting them up to a 5/4. And then again with this deck, you get so much value with stuff in the graveyard. So anyway, we need to draw into something juicy here. And it's not that great, but we'll ditch it for sure. So I want to keep the regeneration mana up on Lotleth. I don't think we Varolz quite yet. So we're going to attack in. With the Lotleth Troll. And he'll block. He doesn't even block, huh? So I'm going to discard a Jarad. And we'll do 3 damage to him, get him down to a 15. Do I need to go Varolz and try to... I don't think I need to quite yet. As I do, Lightning Bolt gets scary. I think I have to put pressure. I don't think I can race Escape Shift. So Varolz is going to come out here. And unfortunately, if he's got the bolt for the Lotleth Troll, then yeah, it's just not gonna end well for me. So he's gonna get another land here and be able to play another land. Is that not? Yeah, we're so close to getting Escape Shift out here. Or again, this still could be Through the Breach. And it is going to be Through the Breach, so let's see what comes out. It's going to be a Primeval Titan, which gets Valakut, which should be game here, unless is there some way I can do enough damage next turn. And then we attacks in. I think we just have to do it right now. See where he actually puts the triggers. So it's 4 triggers. Is it all going at me? So that's 12 damage, and so I'm alive here. Did he play a land though? He's gonna give me a turn to. Wow, I can't believe he gave me a turn, but I don't think I can do anything anyway. Unless I draw into the Death Shadow, and then I win. Because I can do 5 damage. Rite of Consumption can do... Well, I can Rite of Consumption both of them, but I don't think that's going to do it. And that's Sorcery Speed, so I can't sacrifice... Or even get Nameless Inversion. I can't get my guy up quite big enough. Because we can exile Jarad. That'd only give it +2. So I drew both Rite of Consumption. So if it would have been anything, again, at Nameless Inversion, we would just win here. Or, excuse me, a Death Shadow, we would just win here. I can only do 5. And then 6. Let's see. So I can do 6 and then another additional 6. So I can do 12, I believe. But that would require me to... So I can do 5, 6. I can't get him up big enough, can I? Because I don't have an extra... And I can't exile that either. Can I sacrifice himself? Another creature. So... let's attack it with both of them. And that'd get him down to a 9. And then I could do 5 more damage. I could do 6 more damage and get him down to a 3. I could do 6 by sacrificing the forest and the swamp to bring Jarad back to my hand. And then that'd put him up to 4. And then, yeah, he'd go down to a 3. So all he has to do is hit a mountain here and I die. But it was a close game. I drew some really clunky stuff. Like Nameless Inversion, Rite of Consumption, Rite of Consumption. And then he just has to bring that out. And can I survive here by sacrificing a... That's a sorcery spell. So I can't even Rite of Consumption to get myself... Because it does give me life. So anyway, we'll go on to the sideboard. I'll bring in Duresses, I guess. They're not the greatest card, but they're better than Nameless Inversions. Nameless Inversion is pretty weak in this one. And see if the Haakon Naturalize is fine, Back to Nature is fine. Devour Flesh is something that actually gets rid of Emrakul. I'll bring in a Devour Flesh. It sort of works. I think it's better than Doomblades. And the rest of the cards here are kind of dead. So I'm going to submit this. And yes, we like to play first. Hopefully we have more creatures in our opening hand. This one's actually worse than... We have to mulligan this. This is a weird hand. This is where I think that like the Faithless Looting with the red might be a must for this deck. So I have to mulligan that. And this isn't much better. I'm going to keep it and just pray for a land on turn 2. And we need not only do we need a land, but we need a Lotleth Troll and a Death Shadow. So, but I am gonna keep this. And the problem with going up against a deck like Through the Breach is you really have this clock that you have to kill them in. So game one was awkward. I think it was definitely a draw. We could race with the Death Shadow's deck, if it was a Death Shadow or any other creature, I believe we could have got up enough to kill him. Because I think we could have got the Lotleth Troll up enough for Nameless Inversion and then had the mana as well to sacrifice it. And this was just an unlucky mulligan. I don't think we can mulligan down to 5. I mean, what's the best case scenario? Best case scenario, we'd have a Lotleth Troll, a Death Shadow, and a Varolz and 2 lands and still have to hit that 3rd land. But this has action. This has a way for me to... Oh, man. I think I have to mulligan it if I want to have any... We're going to keep it, and then I'm going to regret this keep. So we'll go ahead and Gravecrawler. Pass the turn. So it's pretty powerful about the Through the Breach deck, though. If you do first turn shock yourself, you're in that 18... Didn't he do 18 damage in one turn with the Primeval Titan? I think it was around there. 12 and 6, yeah, 12 damage from the Valakutes. So he had the Search for Tomorrow both games. We end up getting the Woodland Cemetery, which is fine, because we can, and I will just Grisly Salvage right now. And that is gross. So I guess we'll put the Vengevine in the graveyard and take the Woodland Cemetery. We need a Lotleth Troll really bad. But again, he's got that draw that I just don't think you can race with the Search for Tomorrow, especially if it puts a Tri-Builder out. It's a whole different ball game when they have a first turn Search for Tomorrow. Now here comes, yep, he's got the exact same hand. I'm pretty sure he's got a Through the Breach in his hand. He doesn't even have to draw into it. But Devour Flesh is actually not too shabby. It's sort of... The thing is, he gets advantage out of whatever. I hope that he just goes through the breach for Emrakul, and then we can Devour Flesh it. But, I mean, that gives him a ton of life. I think the best thing we can do is just Satyr Wayfinder right now. I hate to cast it, though, because it's a way to get the Vengevine back. But we'll Satyr Wayfinder and try to find... Well, I guess Gravecrawler would be the best thing to find here. Not too much we can actually find off the top. I mean, a land is what we want. The best case scenario is like 3 Gravecrawlers and a land. And Varolz goes to the graveyard. We'll get another land. And we'll attack him with the Gravecrawler. So let's hope for Emrakul draw, as the Devour Flesh will really take care of it. And he does absorb that damage with the Sakura Tri-Builder, as the Gravecrawler does not have Trample. I guess that's nice about the Lotleth Troll, as he can't block with the Tri-Builder, as it doesn't get any value. So can't quite through the breach this turn, but he goes for another search for tomorrow. Another mountain and natural Valakut. So yeah, turn 3 is up to 6 mana. So the summoning trap is probably going to come out next turn or through the breach. So I can't cast the Vengevine this turn. I think I need to hold up Devour Flesh. See, I could go Varolz. Nope, I just have to hold back, unfortunately. So see if it's summoning trap here. Scape Shift. Ah, so he had the Scape Shift, and I believe this is going to be lethal. And he goes and gets 6. Which does... How much damage does it do? Because it only does 18, we can Devour Flesh ourselves. So that's 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And he's going to go all at me. And then I can just sacrifice a... I guess just a Gravecrawler. And hope that he doesn't have one land in his entire deck in like 9 turns. So it gave us another turn, but I really, really doubt there's any way we can come back from this. So I can cast a Satyr Wayfinder and grab a forest and cast a Varolz. See, if I had Vengevines here, a bunch of Vengevines here, we could get in with some damage here. You can see how this deck can be aggressive, because he's down to a 9. But any land is death. And he can cast a Primeval Titan. Summoning Trap, I hope he just is the most unlucky 7 cards in the entire world. Obstinate Baloth, I'm still alive. That is crazy. All right, so we live to see yet another day, and he just has another Valakut. So 2 cards left in hand. So Death Shadow here could actually kill him. I think we actually might have won. No, because Death Shadow ends up being a 12-12. Yeah, we actually win here. So that's hilarious that we pull this off. So we cast Death Shadow. It's a 12-12. We sacrifice the Death Shadow. And we still don't even have a... We just... Yep. So we are so lucky that it's an Obstinate Baloth. I'm glad we got to see that, though. We survived the Scape Shift because you got greedy there and decided to go for the 18 damage. That's how powerful Scape Shift is, though, when you first turn shock yourself, as they can hit perfectly for it. So the Rite of Consumption with Death Shadow ends up working out. I don't think we bring in anything. I don't think Doomblade really kills the Primeval Titan in our... It's just not in our favor, I don't believe, to bring it in. Maybe over a Chameleon. Yeah, I'm going to bring in a Doomblade over a Chameleon. And we'll submit this. So hilarious. Death Shadow. I'll keep this. I don't like this. Triple Lotleth Troll. But we have a Duress to first turn to get something juicy out of his hand. See if he's another Journey first turn. Yeah, or Search for Tomorrow. That's annoying that he's got to each turn. But we can Duress, and this could hit him. Yep, Scape Shift. Now he's actually just has a bunch of lands in his hand. He drew into a Tri-Builder, which gets him another land. So we know it's not Duress worthy. So Lotleth Troll here. Again, we need that Death Shadow. And he's got land galore. He thins out his deck to actually draw those pertinent cards. I think we just cast another Lotleth Troll here and just try to out-aggro him. But I don't know if that's going to be very feasible. It's just a matter of time. That's actually a great draw because we can discard it. And I will play another Lotleth Troll. And get in for 3, or do we discard? I'm going to discard another Lotleth Troll. So he's down to a 13, and we have quite a bit of damage on board. I just set myself up for like an Anger. There's a Valakut that can actually take care of. I still don't think he has anything. We'll just look at we'll take a peek at his hand. And he's got an Emrakul, which he cannot cast. Unfortunately, the Duresses are really dead for us. We have a Lotleth Troll in our graveyard. No Varolz to do anything with the Lotleth Troll. But we'll get in here for 8. And he's got 1 turn to draw into a card. Because another Mountain won't do it. And nope, he just gets a dead card. So, wow, the Death Shadow's luck. And then he keeps a very greedy 6. What was it? A 5-land hand, a Search for Tomorrow, and a Scape Shift. And we first turn Duress off that Scape Shift. Not too tough without your combo. Anyway, we're 1-0 going on to round number 2. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.